Alright guys, quick little brushless motor update for you. As I told you guys, I was going to work on my replacement motor. I'm a little pissed off at Exceed because they didn't send me back a 2400. They sent me a 2150. But I checked on Nitro RCX and they now come, when you buy one now, they now come with this motor, the 2150, not the 2400. So maybe they had some supply issues, or somebody had some issues somewhere. So as far as I know, you can't get the 2400 version anymore, which kind of sucks because that's the one I wanted, but oh well. So anyway, as you can see, I already have the Castle front bearing on there. The screws aren't exactly flush, but that's okay. It's not a huge deal. And here's the old caps. Those are the exceedrc caps. I almost punched the front bearing right out of it, trying to get the front cover off. And there's the difference in bearing size. So you can see the Castle bearing's a lot bigger than the Exceed bearing. And it's also made by NMB, which is a high quality company. They make case fans and stuff for computers. They make good quality case fans and stuff. So that's basically it. Like I said to you guys, just stock Exceed motor, and I just have to glue the back in. I don't want to use screws because if I use screws they won't be flush like this, and then the heatsink won't fit properly. So if I just glue the back on, yeah, here it is. If I just glue the back on, then the heatsink can sit behind the front screws, and there won't be any screws at the back to stop it from sitting on the motor properly. So there you go guys, that's the Exceed motor. Nice and quiet. That's the Exceed motor with Mamba Max bearings. So I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do with this motor because I have the Mamba 2200. Oh, it's so heavy. I have the Mamba 2200 in here, so I don't need this for the beast. I might put it in there just to try it, you know, see what it's like. But so basically I have this motor, which is going to be fairly torquey. I mean, it's not going to be absolutely gutless because the 2400 they gave me before was pretty ballsy. That just really pisses me off. If I had a friggin' known I couldn't get another one, I would have changed the bearings as soon as I got it. Which, yeah, really pisses me off because that was a nice motor. And yeah, so I might be throwing this in my Wheelie King and then converting the Wheelie King to 4S. Possibly, I don't know. I'm just debating. Or maybe I can get a super strong 2S controller and gear it really low or something. I don't know, I'm gonna work on that, but I got that. Also, I have an idea for an electric bike, and this may come in handy for testing that. Anyway, just wanted to give you guys that update. All I had to really do was Dremel out 3 holes in the casing, because the front casing on the Exceed, yeah, you can somewhat see there, around the edge they're threaded. So what they do is they actually put the cap on and then they spin it into the casing, so it's actually threaded. So you got to Dremel out the 3 holes for the Mamba Max front cover, and like I said, for the back there's also 3 holes, but I'm not going to bother with those because if I do screws, then the heatsink won't actually sit on the casing of the motor, and basically the heatsink would do nothing. So I'm just going to take some super glue and glue this bottom plate in, just like that. And if I ever have any problems with it, I can just smash on this top post a couple times and that bottom will pop right off. You also have to remember that the bottom doesn't take any pressure whatsoever. all it's doing is making sure that the spindle stays straight. That's why I got screws in the front, because that's where your torque's all going to hold, is at the front where it screws in and everything. So the back should be fine with just a little bit of super glue to hold it in, and that should be a good long-lasting motor. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy it. I'll keep you updated.